Hello, today we're going to be talking about the latest news regarding Forsaken. In the clip we are about to watch, they discuss how a YouTuber was able to play as Azure in a game that wasn't the official Forsaken title.
YouTuber just got clapped back by an actual dev, and the whole community turned on him. So this creator made a video on how to play Azure early, except it sent people to a Forsaken copy game, which obviously isn't allowed. Isaac, one of the Forsaken devs, wasn't having it. He fired back with a straight up just wrap it up potato chip, and the community fully backing the dev. Even the pinned comment is him admitting he doesn't care because he's already banned.
In the clip we're about to see, we'll find out that Forsaken is adding a new random mode, which spawns you as a random character.
Forsaken might be adding a new game mode, called Random Character Mode. In this game mode, you have to attack the survivors to figure out what abilities they have.
And now, let's look at the Azure design. What we are looking at right now is the drawing of Azure. And now, let's talk about the new skins for Elliot and Veronica. They'll likely arrive alongside the Azure update.
Sneak peek, we saw new skins for Elliot and Veronica, and they might be coming out in the upcoming Azure update. First is the Cat Elliot skin. Second, Overheat Veronica, which has a fan-made art. And lastly, the Radical Veronica, which also has a fan-made art. Overall, these skins are pretty cool looking, and a lot of people are hyped up for this considering the fan-made arts.
Now we're going to see new skins for Azure, etc.
God! Noli is releasing tomorrow! With the latest sneak peeks, we got this, whatever Noli skin it's called. If you take a look at the head, it shows a flashing purple eye. We also got a lot of map teasers. They are all purple. And Noli is purple. With the new changes of the Forsaken logo, we can tell it's featuring Noli. We also got a teaser of the render. Isn't it so purple? Noli tomorrow. Oh wait, I got a phone call. Yo, what's up? Wait, what do you mean Noli was already released? A year ago?
Now we're gonna talk about the Spectre's pronouns.
I have a lot of news today, but Spectre's pronouns are its or it. The Spectre is not a person, but a hyper-evolving bacteria.
Now we'll talk about things you shouldn't do, because otherwise Forsaken might ban you.
Doing this in Forsaken, you will get banned. Now, we all know Azure is an upcoming killer currently in testing, meaning only testers are supposed to be playing him. But recently, malicious asswipes data mined Forsaken's files and leaked Azure's unfinished moveset. Since then, many stolen Forsaken copies have been popping up illegally, using those leaked files to let people play Azure early before he's even released. Now, because of that, I've been seeing many creators making videos showcasing his moveset from these stolen copies. Now, here's the problem. Using those stolen copies to make videos is bannable!
The Azure update has to be good, because otherwise...
Our update needs to be good, otherwise Forsaken will die. Let me explain. So recently Forsaken delayed the Azure update, and the community and content creators are pretty annoyed as Forsaken has been very dry. The lack of updates is so bad to a point where people are just making quote-unquote tech videos, and this tech they made is just an emote that the killer has, that doesn't give any benefits. If the Azure update isn't good or even worse filled with bugs, this could cause Forsaken to lose both its players and content creators to other games, as there's nothing to upload on. But what are your thoughts on
Now
this?
there's going to be an Azure skin, specifically, a classic or retro one.
There was a sneak of a theme of maybe primordial or retro Azure skin from the Discord server. Here it is. What do you guys think?
And well, Forsaken is involved in another lawsuit, which is a bit of a problem.
Forsaken is in another lawsuit, and this time they're suing the person who leaked their dev server. People are saying it was allegedly a former Forsaken dev, which they found out by looking at the time zone of the logs. And as a dev, you have to sign an agreement not to leak anything. I'll update on anything new.
And well, the Azure voice lines are a bit all over the place, huh? Now we're going to watch a news marathon.
They just dropped a new teaser for the Azure update. Playing Azure will get you kicked from the game.
These developers don't know how to code shit.
Whilst I get to play Azure and you don't, I'm gonna give you my top couple tips on how to be good at the game. Never hit your parries.
You meant to do that.
Take a breather and just take in the wildlife. Hello, little noob. Rip them into little pieces.
Don't do that.
Always be on the lookout for medkits.
Oh, okay.
Always be kind to the fans.
Did you just let out a little toot?
When trapped into a corner with only mere seconds left, use every move you have, because always stand your ground. If you're being bullied, fight back. And if they don't get up, panic. Make sure that you help your teammates.
It's every man for himself.
And that's all my handy dandy tips to play the game.
Recently, we received news about the upcoming Treadstone John Doe skin and what the Battle Bricks developer says about it releasing. One of the Battle Bricks devs, Robot Rob 10, recently said that Treadstone might still be after the Azure update because the chase theme or other themes for the skin is not done yet. But recently, Hitoko posted on Discord that they are just finalizing the music production and animations and they are relatively releasing it soon. But what do you guys think of this regarding Treadstone John Doe?
And now I'm going to put a 9-minute video here. By the way, that video isn't mine, it's of a content creator called Jack. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Than we expected, including a nostalgic fan favorite skin returning, your last chance to get a limited skin, and much more. Let's get into it! Another thing that a lot of players are excited about is the return of one of Azure's oldest designs. As we all know, Azure is getting a bunch of new skins in this update, but one skin in particular has caught everyone's attention. It's the old Azure design that many people have wanted to see return. While the original design was pretty simple compared to what we have today, it was incredibly iconic, and now it's finally coming back with its own chase theme. What's interesting is that the skin isn't actually called a primordial skin, and instead, it's called Firstborn, with the chase theme actually including lyrics. This has split the community quite a bit. Some players don't really like the fact that the chase theme has vocals because they feel it doesn't match Azure's character or the atmosphere of Forsaken. Others have compared it to Outcome Memories, due to that game having singers in their chase themes. On the other hand, a lot of players think the lyrics fit perfectly. Since the skin is based around Azure's older appearance and gives off a nostalgic, retro media feeling, having vocals actually makes the theme stand out even more. It makes the skin feel completely different to the other primordial skins and could lead to these skins coming with custom chase themes and more. Since more are on the way, we will likely receive the same treatment for other characters with completely new designs, animations, and even their own unique chase themes. Considering how many people have wanted Azure's original appearance to return over the years, it's great to finally see it happening. There were even concepts and animations made for this version a long time ago, so seeing it become a reality is something a lot of longtime players have been waiting for. If Forsaken continues doing skins like this, we could see plenty of these primordial skins being more than just a classic design of the character. Another concept that has been getting a lot of attention is the primordial slasher skin. Ball Strangler actually created this concept by keeping Jason's classic appearance while changing enough features to make it completely unique and avoid any copyright issues. It also takes inspiration from Slasher, giving the character a much more original identity while still making it work with Slasher. A lot of people have been praising this design, with some even saying it should become the official primordial skin for Slasher. Others have also mentioned that the Necrobloxicon should use the original model instead of the current one, as they feel it doesn't look retro enough. Even with this, Mspaint made and render for their own design, even including another take on what Jason could look like as Slasher, with many calling this one a gem since it's exactly what everyone wants. Should more primordial skins come to the game? Now, another thing you need to know about is that a bunch of Forsaken skins are about to become completely unobtainable. As we all know, Die of Death is finally getting updated after years with the fashionably late update, which is releasing on July 11th. While this is huge for Die of Death players, it's actually bad news if you still haven't unlocked some of the Forsaken collab rewards. If you didn't already know, Die of Death has a bunch of exclusive Forsaken content, including Love Shot Chance, alongside the joke skins Knowledgeful and Cementful. Cementful is actually based on the original version of Artful before he got his redesign in Forsaken, making it one of the funniest crossover skins they've ever added. Not only that, but the collab also included the Glass Houses map, which is where you actually unlock Love Shot Chance. However, once the fashionably late update releases, all of this content is being removed. That means Love Shot Chance, the Glass Houses map, and everything that came with the collaboration will no longer be obtainable. The Die of Death devs have already confirmed that they currently have no plans to ever bring this content back, meaning Love Shot Chance could genuinely become one of the rarest skins in Forsaken. Players who already bought Knowledgeful and Cementful inside Die of Death will most likely receive a refund once the collab gets removed. Even though this collab will no longer return for some time, there were also plans of adding Kildred Nosferatu and even Harken Sixer, but sadly, they won't be coming. However, a lot of people are hoping the collab eventually comes back, especially if that person, who shall not be named, is completely removed from everything surrounding Forsaken. But as of right now, it doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon. So if you've been wanting to get your first limited skin, now is probably your last chance. Make sure you jump into Glass Houses and unlock Love Shot Chance before the update arrives. Could we ever see this collab return? Forsaken also revealed something that hardly anyone expected to see: another update to the Spectre itself. Since the game's release, the Spectre hasn't really changed much, but the devs have now shown a brand new teaser revealing how it will appear in the sky during matches. For those who don't know, the Spectre is the mysterious entity responsible for bringing every survivor into Forsaken, making it one of the most important figures in the game's lore. The teaser shows Dussaker and Shedletsky looking up towards what appears to be the Spectre's true form, with it appearing in the sky. Even better, this feature will be completely optional, meaning players will be able to toggle the sky overlay on or off depending on their preference. Many players are happy about this because it means the old human Spectre concept is not being used more, even though it is a non-canon version of the Spectre. Instead, the Spectre remains as that unknown entity watching over everything from above, making it feel far more mysterious and unsettling. Keeping the Spectre hidden allows players to come up with their own theories about what it actually is. Some believe it's a cursed spirit, while others think it's something far more powerful, manipulating everything from the shadows. Whatever it may be, having the Spectre visible in the sky adds another layer of atmosphere that many players have wanted ever since Forsaken first released. The teaser has also reminded players of Flowers, another killer that was scrapped, which had featured a similar overlay like the Spectre. We already know that Flowers has been replaced with the Altar. Well, actually Caramelias, who designed the Altar, even mentioned that the original version of it was rushed, so they've since updated it to look much more intimidating. One of the most interesting details is that the Altar is actually bipedal but struggles to stand naturally, forcing it to use multiple arms as extra legs to support its body. That unnatural movement gives it a genuinely horrifying appearance, and more like the shapeshifter people are expecting the Altar to be. Between the updated Spectre, the terrifying redesign of the Altar, and all the new lore details being teased, could we see even more lore reveals once the Azure update finally releases? Yes! 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 With matching skins now being planned for both Azure and to Time, a lot of players are starting to believe Forsaken could eventually expand this idea even further by creating more matching skins for characters like Jane Doe and John Doe as well. Recently, Alexander revealed an insane new concept for exactly that, originally inspired by the classic living legend John Doe design, but completely reworked and adapted for Jane Doe instead. The concept is called Living Grace, and players are already calling it one of the best Jane Doe skin concepts Forsaken has had in a long time. One of the biggest changes is the addition of the Violet Valkyrie as the main headpiece, giving the skin a much more royal and classic Roblox appearance. There are also several smaller references hidden throughout the design that make it even more interesting. For example, the crystal pitch has been replaced with a zombie bomb. Even the hatchet itself has been redesigned to resemble the Violet Valkyrie hat, with the edges of the axe head shaped similarly to the iconic helmet. One of the coolest details, though, involves the censorship effect between Jane Doe and John Doe. Normally, whenever John Doe looks toward Jane Doe, her face becomes completely blacked out. However, for this specific Living Grace and Living Legend combination, the censorship effect is instead changed into a glowing green color, helping both skins visually connect with each other even more. Right now, the model for the skin is still being worked on by Alexander, so the concept is not fully complete yet, but players are already calling it a masterpiece because of how polished it looks. A lot of people are hoping the Forsaken developers eventually notice the concept and decide to officially add it into the game. Considering how popular matching skins have become recently, it honestly makes perfect sense for Jane Doe and John Doe to receive a high-quality duo skin like this. So Forsaken is locking in to add much more than anyone expected. Are you ready for this update? Subscribe